again, I just read one of the Bob Dylan biographies, and you could see it again in his career. In the '60s, he became wildly famous and known for the protest singer. He was, a lot of the songs that he was wildly regarded for were protest songs, talking about all the Vietnam War and all the, the state of America and stuff. And then after that, he's like, I don't want to do that. Like that, like, yeah, it got me here, but like that's not, I don't want to just be a protest singer. And it's also interesting because there's another artist, I don't know if you know the name, in that same time period that I started doing research on, because like, there was names in the Dylan biography, but an artist named Phil Oakes, which was why he was very famous in that time period as well, friends with Dylan and everything. But he kind of almost pigeonholed himself as a protest singer, and he got pretty decently famous from it, but he kind of never expanded, and he kind of just stayed there. So it's also interesting where you talk about like the fact that like an artist kind of being stuck in that one first half of the career that kind of never goes anywhere is also interesting as well.
Yeah, in like in a way, God forbid. Ironically, I would reference God there, but God forbid I would like try to like start talking about Buddhism or something like that. So this is very like superficial what I'm going to say about Buddhism, because I don't understand Buddhism, but I know that some Buddhist monks, I believe they're Tibetan monks, make sand paintings. They're like sand drawings of different colored sands, and they will have the different various denizens of the afterworld or whatever, kind of like depicted, and it takes them many days or weeks. And then they're done. That's their, I don't even know what to call it, but that is their process. And then they blow it all away,
Mm,
right? And then they
wow.
collect so all of the different organized colored sand granules, are they're made into this beautiful painting, and then they all get like swept away and probably into like the same urn or something, to where the sand becomes mixed, like in the way that it is on the beach. So that it would be like impossible in a way for anyone to ever break those sand grains out again and organize them and make a painting out of it again. So what I'm trying to say about that is that anything that you're constructing as an artist is both a vehicle, but it's also like a cage. So so
Very interesting.
so the degree to which you're going to build something, it's almost like it's similar to the first half and the second half again. Like you take a very zoomed out perspective and go, okay, well, anything like you're going to practice your way into, you're going to want to try to figure out a way of practicing your way out of and
Wow.
beyond, and
Yeah.
forgetting it. Like just practice it, learn it, develop it, and then figure out not only a way, but also a reason to forget it. Like really, really get bored with it. And not because you didn't practice it or master it, but master it, get bored with it, and move on. Because those instruments that you're going to use, those vehicles, they're going to become burdens eventually,
Yeah.
if they're not if they're not transformed.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Especially, I would even say creative burdens as well. Like, it stifles you after a while. That, you gotta, as a creative, we really should constantly be creating, and like if you kind of stay stuck in that one little urn of colors, you're never gonna be fulfilled.
Exactly. I think that being creative to me seems more about listening. And if you're populating sort of like all your thoughts with your own agenda, a very limited kind of
Mm,
agenda and a narrative, even if it's based off of, I want to get better or I'm not good enough, all those things are limitations, to eventually limitations. They might be useful. It might be useful for you to say, I'm not good enough. It might be useful to say, I need to get better and I need to master this specific thing. And you're very one pointed on that. And then all of a sudden it is totally irrelevant, and it has to be thrown out.
yeah, it's very, very interesting.